Hello again, Tara. Thanks so much for sticking around with me here on TCM. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
The next pair of films that we're going to watch are really interesting to watch back to back because it's both versions of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The 1931 version with Frederick March and the 1941 version with Spencer Tracy. So let's talk about the 31 version, which I think is considered the gold standard. It's the one that Frederick March won Best Actor Oscar for. It's the one that people really do kind of turn to. And I find what's interesting about this is that I think a lot of the studios were able to take these classic stories and use them as an excuse to make horror films in the early 1930s. Do you feel that way?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this was a trick they would use. They would be like, it's Edgar Allan Poe. Are you going to tell us to censor it? You know, so in this case, it's Robert Louis Stevenson. Come on.
Right.
Everybody already knows this story. And of course, several versions of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde had already been made. We're at a point when Paramount makes this film where the horror cycle had just started, and it was really worrisome to the administrators of the code because we had Dracula and Frankenstein, and they were really successful and they were really controversial because it was discovered there was a loophole in the Hays Code. There was nothing about it being gruesome. So, you know, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde takes horror to new heights, combining sex and brutal violence. And so this definitely had the Hays office quite worried.
What are some moments that people should be looking out for that stand out to you as being particularly kind of crossing the line?
I mean, all of it. I think there's stuff like Ivy is clearly what they call the woman of easy virtue. So
that's the Miriam Hopkins character.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a very steamy undressing scene. And that's something that the Hays office was pretty worried about. What's happening is that Ivy has been injured and Dr. Jekyll is taking care of her in her apartment. So she undresses. They said, okay, Dr. Jekyll has to look away. He can't be seen looking at her, but she's throwing stockings at him and he laughs. But all we see are his feet. Was he looking or not? I don't know. You decide.
Right. It leaves it open for interpretation. Well, I definitely do take notice of the fact that she's turned on by Hyde.
Oh, yeah.
That's very different.
Hyde or?
By Hyde.
Oh, okay.
She's turned on by Hyde when he's in full Mr. Hyde mode. And
I agree to disagree.
Really?
I think she's like repulsed the whole time.
Really?
Interesting.
But I definitely got the sense that there was a part of her that was excited by it. Which to me was very different from the Ingrid Bergman, obviously, Spencer Tracy version that we're going to show later.
Yeah.
And also, you talk about not just sex, but violence. I mean, he's strangling her. I mean, and it's explicitly shown. He's choking her.
Right.
So I think a lot of that is stuff that they wouldn't have gotten away with a few years down the road.
No, I agree. I mean, there is one scene I'll tell you about because it was completely cut that where Hyde was dropping a kitten into the river.
Oof.
Right? They cut that, thankfully.
Thankfully. Also, I find it interesting that in this version, he's referred to as Dr. JEKYLL.
Yes, I know.
I'm not sure where it changed from JEKYLL to Jekyll in the 10 years since, but we all know it obviously as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, it's amusing every time you hear it.
Yeah, well, it did, as I say, win the Oscar for Best Actor for Frederick March. So let's take a look and we'll talk a little bit more about it afterwards. Here, directed by Rouben Mamoulian, is the 1931 version of Dr. JEKYLL and Mr. Hyde.